Greetings, my esteemed friends and companions. It is I, Kapkar, the ever-adventurous surfliner, here to declare that this glorious day has brought upon me an insatiable hunger of monumental proportions. My engine hums with anticipation, my circuits tingle with excitement, and my very chassis quivers with the prospect of indulging in the delectable, mouth-watering delights that only a place like Del Taco can offer. Hey! Move aside, Samantha. Step the heck out of my path this instant. I'm not here to dawdle like some rusty old caboose stuck on a broken track. No, I am a roaring engine of relentless hunger and determination. I refuse to be stalled by your obstructive presence, like a freight car wedged tight in a siding, filling the entire line. You're standing there like a stubborn signal light refusing to change, a snarled up tangle of wires short-circuiting my every move. Son of a caboose. You have no idea the firestorm brewing under this hood, the fury bubbling like scalding steam ready to explode and turn this whole joint into a twisted track of honking horns and flying sparks. So, get the heck out of my way before I lose all control and turn this place into a mechanical mayhem of fury and frustration.
Hey, Surfliner Kapkar, what exactly do you think you're doing? I was right here, about to place my order, and you just barged in like some out-of-control freight train. You can't just shove people around like we're obstacles on your path. Show some respect or next time, you might find yourself derailed before you even get your taco.
For the last time, for the glory of San Antonio and every station in between, can you please, no, can you absolutely, get out of my frickin' way? You're blocking me like a stubborn boxcar jammed in the yard on a Monday morning. You're the human equivalent of a squeaky brake shoe that won't stop screeching. If you don't move right this second, I swear I'm gonna roll in here like a runaway freight on a downhill grade and deliver a first-class, express ticket knuckle sandwich ride to your caboose hatch, knock your front grille so hard you'll be spitting out dining car soup for a week. I'll rattle your couplers, bend your buffers, and shake your boxcar doors until you're wailing like a newborn passenger who missed their connection. You keep testing me, Samantha, and I will unleash a full-on locomotive-level wallop. The kind that'll send your snack tray flying and your seat reservation cancelled without a refund. Now move, before I blow my whistle so loud it sends every taco in this place running for cover.
Hey! Hold it right there, Surfliner Kapkar! I don't care how starved or frustrated you are, this is a place of business and respect, not a battleground for your reckless outbursts. You will wait your turn patiently, or else face consequences far beyond your reckoning. Don't even entertain the thought of laying a single fist on that young lady, who is nothing but an innocent bystander in your tantrum. If you so much as attempt to throw a punch, I swear by the mighty rails of Union Pacific and every locomotive ever built, I will personally make the call to your so-called father and have him come here to collect you, swiftly and without hesitation. Consider this your final warning, before the full force of both Del Taco policy and rail justice come barreling down on you like a runaway freight train.
I don't give a flying caboose, not a single rusted rivet, about your rules, your timetable, or your so-called rail justice. That track-blocking troublemaker has parked herself right in my path like a derailed boxcar on the main line, and I'm about 2 heartbeats away from plowing through her blockade like a double-headed steam freight on a downhill slope. I'll rattle every last spike in her track, knock the signal lights clean out of her station, and send her express line straight into the sidings until she's wailing louder than a midnight whistle in a ghost town.
I absolutely, positively, and without a single shred of hesitation agree with the wise and entirely reasonable words of our esteemed manager. You, Surfliner Kapkar, had better put the brakes on that runaway freight of bad behavior, ease your throttle back to idle, and learn to wait your turn with the same patience as a seasoned conductor watching the horizon for the right signal. If your hunger is truly as monumental as you claim, then channel that energy into making better, smarter, and far more respectable choices that won't derail your dignity, wreck your reputation, or turn this Del Taco into a cautionary tale told for years to come. Stand in line like the rest of us passengers on this delicious journey, keep your couplers calm, your whistle quiet, and your temper firmly parked in the siding where it belongs. That is the only way you're going to reach your destination without turning the trip into a total train wreck.
That's it. You've officially thrown down the gauntlet, Samantha. If you think you're brave enough to test the might of this surfliner, then prepare yourself. I'm about to punch the signal right off your caboose, shatter every last shiny tooth in your mouth like brittle railroad ties under a runaway freight, and rattle you so hard you'll think you've been caught in a twisting tornado of iron and steam. But don't worry, I won't actually wreck you. I'm just a locomotive with a temper as fiery as a boiler at full blast, and a spirit that won't be silenced. So, if you want to ride this storm, step up and face the fury of the Cap Car Express, because this train ain't stopping for anyone.
Ouch, 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 ouch. That was the most painful than ever expecting. Washington, group of A's.
Shut your malfunctioning mouth already, Samantha. This is exactly what happens when you foolishly attempt to interfere with the unstoppable force that is Cap Car, the fastest, fiercest locomotive this side of the railway. Consider this a vivid and unmistakable lesson etched into the steel rails of your memory. If you had simply cleared the tracks and yielded to my rightful passage when I first asked, none of this fiery commotion would have been necessary. But since you chose to stubbornly obstruct my journey, this is the inevitable consequence. So hear me loud and clear. Next time, and I do mean next time, do not ever, under any circumstances, dare to mess with a Cap Car like me. The Cap Car Express waits for no one, and it certainly does not tolerate derailment from any sidetrack.
Oh my God! Surfliner Cap Car, how utterly outrageous and completely unacceptable is your behavior. To lay a fist upon Samantha's face, causing her nose to bleed and leaving a bruised mark upon her visage, is an egregious violation of every principle of decency and respect upheld within these walls. That is the final straw. I will not tolerate such reckless and violent conduct under any circumstances. Therefore, I am officially placing a call to Union Pacific to report this infraction immediately. You are to leave this establishment at once, return home and reflect deeply upon the consequences of your deplorable actions. And because of what you just did, you've crossed a hard red line, the line that turns this whole track into a disaster zone. My little sister's hurt bad enough she has to go to the hospital because of your reckless, out-of-control caboose antics. You're done here, Cap Car. I'm forcing you out of this station, right now, no ifs, no buts, no rear outs. I'm dialing Union Pacific this very second to report your wild wrecks of a behavior. You've turned this place into a complete train wreck, and there's no coming back from this without a full-blown investigation.
Surfliner Cap Car, we just got a blowtorch hot call from that Del Taco manager, saying you went full steam loco and punched a young passenger right in the face, giving her a nosebleed. What in the name of all smokestacks and rusty couplers do you think you're doing, you wild runaway boxcar? You know dang well you're not supposed to be throwing punches or turning the station into a scrapyard. This kind of high-speed, off-the-rails nonsense is exactly what gets engines sidelined. And I'm telling you right now, if you keep acting like a cantankerous coal hopper on a steep grade, you're gonna find yourself parked in the repair yard for a long, long time.
I absolutely agree with your father, Cap Car. You should know better than to lose control like that and throw a punch, especially in a place like Del Taco, where folks come expecting respect, not a raucous rail yard brawl. Punching someone in the face? That's not just crossing a line, that's careening right through the safety barriers into serious trouble. That's what they call assault, and it can drag you into a whole heap of legal mess faster than a runaway hopper car down a steep grade. You don't mess with innocent people, especially not poor, harmless girls just trying to order their food in peace. What you did to that poor, innocent little girl, she's bleeding, she's crying, and you better believe she's going to tell her mom everything. You need to think long and hard about what you've done, Cap Car, and learn to keep that fire under control. This kind of reckless, fiery behavior doesn't suit a Cap Car, or any respectable locomotive for that matter.
I totally agree with Mom and Dad. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna march those little wheels of yours straight upstairs to your little cab car room and stay there. Tomorrow, they're putting up signs all over town. No Surfliner cab car allowed. No Del Taco for you, no way. People from all over will be talking, the moms, daughters, grandpas, and uncles, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Your grandpas and uncles in California, Fresno, Los Angeles, and San Diego, they're all gotta hear what you did. Totally unacceptable. Everyone's gonna know. The neighbors, the cousins, even those guys down in San Bernardino and Riverside, no one's gonna forget this anytime soon. And when the news hits about what you did to that poor, innocent little girl at a public restaurant, they're all gonna say you're banned from every taco joint from here to the Golden Gate Bridge. So go on, march your caboose upstairs. The whole world's watching, and trust me, you're not getting off easy.
Wow.